Do they not know, like, when she was gone, it went back to the year before she was in it?
Gilbert Arenas, a former NBA All-Star, recently delivered a strong message to those who are pursuing Caitlin Clark within the WNBA, and they cannot afford to overlook it. Even though Clark's TV ratings are still breaking records, sell out arenas and provide the league with previously unheard of attention and income, but some players run the risk of ruining everything. That advancement point one thing is evident from Arenas' warning. There is more than one player involved. IT concerns the future of the entire WNBA.
We got a proposal from the league, which was honestly a slap in the face.
WNBA players are currently engaging in what may be the most significant negotiation of their professional lives. Tensions are growing for the upcoming collective bargaining agreement. Public complaints are being expressed, and both sides are getting ready for a confrontation, but here's the twist. What's happening could turn out to be one of the most significant strategic errors in recent memory. Sports history, a lot of athletes don't seem to understand the danger. They're making a move that might inadvertently reveal all that Caitlin Clark has contributed to the league's development, while some members of the league still. Fans and commentators nationwide are already raising the alarm, and it's no longer just talk. The idea of Caitlin Clark starting her own league is gaining a lot of traction. What was initially conjecture is beginning to seem like a genuine possibility. Given the way this season has gone, Clark might be forced to handle things herself. We'll analyze Gilbert Arenas' recent remarks and the developing indications that a significant change may be approaching. Please stay until the very end and let me know in the comments whether you believe it's still too early to tell, or if you agree with this prediction. First, though, if you trust Caitlin Clark, please leave a checkmark in the comments if you think she should create something of her own. Remember to like the video as well to assist more fans in discovering the truth. Let's go back in time to a moment that may have foretold everything.
If y'all don't give us what we want, we say no.
That's a possibility, for real.
In this video, Dejanai Carrington and Angel Reese confidently discuss the impending CBA. Discussions prior to the start of the season, let's just say that the public's response was anything but encouraging. To be clear, fans do not believe that WNBA players should not be paid more. It's time to have that conversation. Everyone acknowledges that the league is making progress toward better pay, and for good reason. Ultimately, a world in which Caitlin Clark makes less than a car wash manager is difficult to defend. What really surprised people? It was the delivery, the audacity, the attitude, and most importantly, the detachment from reality, rather than the message. Since the league's power structure has actually changed, and one player currently has that leverage. Caitlin, financial reports and charts are not necessary to demonstrate this. Just watch this video. IT provides all the information you need to understand.
When she came into the league, obviously interest went way up and some of the finances went way up, but there was some argument that it was a little bit of, a rising tide lifts all boats. But here we go with Caitlin Clark, singularly, being missing for the time she was gone, and ratings tanking. 50% in some cases. And then also she comes back and reminds everyone how spectacular she is. And everybody's talking about the WNBA. So if you needed to sort of have it affirmed to you that it is just her, that the singularity of her is what we are talking about and her star power, you got.
Let's dissect it in detail. The number of viewers increases whenever Caitlin Clark is on the court. When she isn't, the ratings suffer greatly. It's not an opinion at this point. The data proves it. However, this is where things start to unexpected turn. While Clark continues to drive the league's expansion and national prominence, some players have reacted with heightened animosity. With every week that goes by, the tension and jealousy become more apparent. Additionally, for a lot of fans, and even some members of the media, the recent All-Star voting seemed to be a turning point that revealed how profound the gap is genuine.
9th best guard in the league. Don't try to give me the excuses of, well, she's been struggling lately, or she missed some games with injury. Come on, this is insanity, and I think it's an activist vote by the women of the WNBA who simply cannot stand her success. It's so dumb and it's so childish.
In fan voting, Caitlin Clark easily led all WNBA players. However, when the players' turn came, Vote, she didn't even make it into the top 4 guards. She actually came in 9th among guards, not 9th overall. That's in spite of having MVP caliber stats as a rookie and managing a demanding schedule full of injuries and constant pressure from the defense. Teams aren't treating her like the 9th best guard. Let's face it. As soon as she crosses half court, she is double-teamed. Every scouting report literally centers on her. This is where things get serious, though. Every time insiders or players minimize Caitlyn's influence, they run the risk of pushing away the very audience she attracted to the league. Furthermore, losing viewers is not the only consequence of alienating those fans. You miss the chance to win them over as lifelong WNBA fans. Currently, an increasing number of Caitlin Clark's supporters feel cut off from the league. Some are even urging her to go and start something fresh. They want more than just her to be successful. Their goal is for her to outgrow the WNBA. That gap is only getting wider, particularly in light of the possibility of a player strike. Should that occur, the league may lose this new fan base permanently. Here's the twist. The individuals spearheading these talks may have more personal prejudice and more at risk than they are prepared to acknowledge.
Let me make sure I'm understanding this correctly. The owner of a competing basketball league is negotiating the salaries of players who are playing in the league they're competing against? But KC, Unrivaled isn't competing with the WNBA. Unrivaled was launched so WNBA players had the opportunity to make 6-figure salaries that they could never earn in the WNBA. I'm pretty sure that is the definition of conflict of interest.
Breanna Stewart and Nafisa Collier are 2 prominent figures leading the WNBA's current collective bargaining negotiations. Are more than just players' representatives. Additionally, they co-founded the brand new professional league Unrivaled with support from outside investors, a national television contract, and pledges from numerous WNBA rising stars. They therefore have the keys to a possible rival while they negotiate the WNBA's future. Some fans are beginning to feel uneasy about that conflict of interest, which raises serious concerns. Building trust is challenging when, in essence, 2 of the most important players in the league are developing a backup plan, and for supporters who have united around concern over Caitlin Clark and everything she has contributed to the game is growing. What if she assisted the league? Does Elevate not genuinely appreciate her? That takes us back to Gilbert Arenas, a former NBA player, because amid all of this, he said that the WNBA genuinely experienced tension, player power moves, business chess games, and internal division. Must hear.
Just enjoy and go on with it.
Yeah.
Like, think about what they was getting paid before they said, Jordan, you're the guy. What do you think Magic and Bird and all them making? Do you know how much Charles Barkley was making his rookie year before the TV deals that Jordan brought in? If you're making $40,000, every 5 months, and now you're making 80, then just do your job.
And vote for the person who got you there. Yeah, that's weird.
Gilbert Arenas has a lot more to say, but first, let's consider something startling. To many individuals, there is currently a generational icon in the WNBA who is frequently likened to Michael Jordan. Caitlin Clark is packing arenas, attracting record-breaking viewership, and advancing the league into an completely new media environment. The next media rights agreement for the WNBA is reportedly expected to be worth about $270 million annually. Over the course of the contract, that amounts to almost $3 billion. The league's decision to begin early talks is not coincidental. On the agreement for collective bargaining, however, tension and personal drama persist despite everything Clark is contributing to overshadow advancement, and Gilbert presents a compelling argument. The league might be so engrossed in internal strife and ego that it's completely failing to see the wider picture.
Eat, y'all eat.
Clean up. Let me clean up. I got you.
Like this is what you wanted.
Yeah.
This is what you needed, that we're not watching you for your talent. Someone came in that everybody wants to watch, kids, everybody. Now we can see your talent.
It's really not that difficult. Not only does Caitlin Clark profit from her fame, but it also enhances the whole league. Every team she plays against benefits from the national attention her presence generates. Take the Indiana Fever, for instance. Their games are still compelling even when Clark isn't playing. In more than 1 million viewers, more than twice as many other teams, Gilbert Arenas also did a fantastic job with one strong statement: everyone eats when she does. He is not the first former athlete to make this point. Whether they want to acknowledge it or not, success is giving everyone in the WNBA opportunities.
I think we have to understand that when one player eats, we all eat. And as we all get more opportunities, it just opens it up for everyone else. And I think Caitlin has said that even herself in certain interviews. And I love that. I love that she's not the player who's like, it's all about her. It's not. She's giving love and homage to those of us that have come before her. She shares the wealth with her teammates, and she doesn't have to do that. So I just don't, again, I don't know what the big deal is about the fact that Caitlin is getting a lot of love. She deserves that, and she's helped change this game just as a lot of other players have.
Gilbert Arenas, however, believes that this could be the biggest error made by WNBA players. Their greatest error in judgment wasn't. Caitlin Clark is simply underestimated. It was the idea that they could disparage her, minimize her influence, and ignore her expanding fan base without suffering any serious repercussions. What they overlooked is one important fact: her light is not only bright but also potent. Additionally, disregarding that power could cost them more than they are aware of.
If you're sitting there beating it up and doing all this, all y'all become is hated. Like, have y'all not paid attention? No one is caring about anything else. You want to beat on it, they're going to hate on it. You want to talk they're going to hate on it. Like, there comes a point where reality has to kick in. You can keep fighting the fight, and you're going to be the odd person that looks bad.
And that's the core of the problem. Rather than embracing Caitlin Clark's enormous fan base and turning, some players made the opposite decision, turning them into devoted WNBA fans. Resentment and jealousy resulted in subtle insults and contemptuous actions that eventually drove those new admirers away, supporters who were excited to the league and make investments in its future. The Indiana Fever, on the other hand, adopted a different strategy. They sent out a Now You Know campaign. A strong and unambiguous message: supporters of women's basketball don't need permission or guidance. They're welcome, and they're already here. That inclusive way of thinking was effective, even when Caitlin Clark isn't. On the court, Fever games are still the most watched in the league, despite additional difficulties. The Fever have done one thing flawlessly this season: the people who are arriving have been welcomed. Regretfully, the league has not followed suit, and now there is a widening gap that extends beyond Fever supporters and other teams, but between the WNBA itself and Clark's fanbase. This growing gap is where things become risky. Many think fans will return as players begin the most important CBA negotiations of their careers. In any case, however, that might not occur. Fans won't stick around if they feel ignored or disrespected. And that's the trap that could have long-term repercussions for the league as a whole.
I never remember this being true before, but I think it is true for her. Never been true in team sports. The WNBA needs Caitlin Clark more than Caitlin Clark needs the WNBA. If the league will not protect her and allow her to play basketball at the highest level, then she should leave and start a brand new league. Heck, I would invest in it. If you told me right now, hey, Clay, you can invest in Caitlin Clark or you can invest in the WNBA without Caitlin Clark, I would invest in Caitlin Clark's new league.
The thought of Caitlin Clark leaving the WNBA seemed unattainable at one point. Every choice she has made thus far has only demonstrated dedication to the league. She decided not to take part in the NBA All-Star Weekend because of this three-point game, as she desired for the WNBA stage to host her first formal three-point shootout. It's also the reason she turned down a lucrative offer to play an unrivaled role, reportedly worth $1 million. Exhibition play was not what she wanted. She desired the actual game, 5-on-5, intense competition, and the opportunity to create something enduring. This has never been solely about money for Caitlin. Legacy has always been the focus. However, that steadfast allegiance may now be beginning to change. Here's why.